stuff.
Page and look at Troy Edward Clark the first and see the great work we are doing
at the National Lead Institute. Listen, stay exactly where you are. Ronald, thank you so much. Thank you. Troy and Mandel, I thank you both as well. Stay exactly where you are. The news at 6 is straight ahead. Facebook, I love y'all.
They had their own show on Facebook today?
No, they did.
You're listening to Dialogue. Oh, not Dialogue, man. It's The Conversation with Shanique Miller.
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Let's talk about love, health and wellness, transformation, yeah, we got it. Discuss your...
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, first at 6, the government prepares to meet with shantytown landowners as eviction deadlines loom. Remembering the fallen, the U.S. and Bahamas unite for a somber observance. And a new queen is crowned.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Topping the news tonight, a task force taking steps to locate the leaseholders of land in shantytowns here in New Providence as efforts continue to rid the country of those illegal communities. Now, Labor Minister the Honorable Dion Folk said most of the shantytowns were previously farms, which were discontinued by those leaseholders. However, he said the farm workers remained on the land and built the shantytown communities, and now they're still trying to find some of those leaseholders.
Some of the persons have died, some have left the country, and we are doing a search to locate all of the leaseholders. We have so far spoken to 5 of them. I'm having a meeting on Wednesday with 3 of them. We're trying to find the other 5. There are 10 in total. We want to give them an opportunity to enforce the laws of the Bahamas, which means any building, any dwelling that is built without approval of the Ministry of Works is illegal.
Now, the Labor Minister is urging the lease owners to remove the buildings in the shanty towns or have the government remove them come July 31st. Folks said the demolition exercise will be carried out during the summer break so as not to disrupt the lives of students living there. He also stressed that public funds will not be used to pay rental fees when residents are relocated.
40% of all the residents of shantytowns in the Bahamas are children, and the majority of them are in school. So we do not intend to disrupt the academic year, and that's why we're doing it during the summer months. We also have a subcommittee of the overall committee that did a survey of affordable rental units in New Providence. And we have ample space to accommodate the residents paying by themselves in affordable rental units.
A 20-member delegation from the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation traveled to Haiti this weekend on a trade mission which CEO Edison Sumner is calling very successful. Sumner says his delegation got an opportunity to meet with the Haitian Prime Minister and other ministers of the government, along with the business community, in what he believes were fruitful talks about opportunities in agribusiness and energy.
It appears that the Haitian government, the president in particular, has a very aggressive push that he wants to see some significant improvements and advances made in the area of energy distribution and generation, and also wants to see an increase in the level of trade between the Bahamas and Haiti as it relates to agribusiness.
In other news, senators met today to continue debate on the Multinational Entities Financial Reporting Bill. Labor Minister Senator the Honorable Dion Fowkes moved the second reading and committal of the bill, which seeks to regulate country-by-country reporting of profits and losses of multinational companies. Senator Fowkes said the proposed legislation will make the Bahamas compliant with international standards in the international financial arena and lower the possibility of future downgrades. He said the bill enjoys wide support in the financial services sector. Meantime, Government Senator Dwight Sawyer threw his support behind the bill. He said it will enhance the Bahamas' standing in the international financial community. And PLP Senator JoBeth Colby Davis said there must also be a balance between growing the local economy and operating in compliance with international standards. Well, still to come tonight, war veterans remembered today on this U.S. holiday. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6.
BTC is giving the gift of rollover data, plus free unlimited WhatsApp calls, texts, pictures, and videos. Choose from our 1-day plan for $349, 7-day plan for $999, or our 15-day plan for only $29.99. We've even thrown in unlimited BTC to BTC calls and texts. Dial *203# to activate your plan today. Share every moment with BTC. Terms and conditions apply.
Want to pay less? Or want to save more? Do both. Just bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. With a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank, you'll enjoy one easy monthly payment, plus the chance to win $5,000. So move your loans from other banks to Commonwealth Bank and get ready to pay less and save more.
Come on, it's time to go. We are the team, man.
Mom Genius. On Tuesdays, get 9 delicious pieces of chicken for just $12. KFC, made for moms who know how to solve everything, even though it seems it can't be done.
This portion of the news brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking.
10 American soldiers and 2 deceased Bahamian veterans were honored during an annual ceremony at Clifton Pier as the U.S. marks the Memorial Day holiday today. Family members and officials gathered to honor their bravery. A moment of silence was observed, and members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force performed a gun salute, and a wreath was released in the ocean in the memory of those men and women. Charge d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy, Stephanie Bowers, commented on the significance of the annual observance.
On this day in particular, words become feeble as we look out onto the waters where 10 servicemen lost their lives. Although words cannot repay the debt we owe them, we must remember them. We must honor their dedication that led them to a final sacrifice. As we reflect on their sacrifice, we also remember the sacrifices of our friends and allies who stand with America's armed forces.
Governor General, Her Excellency Dame Marguerite Pindling, addressing the gathering, spoke about the strong ties that exist between the U.S. and the Bahamas, noting that Bahamians also served along U.S. servicemen. The Governor General says she was honored to remember those who gave the supreme sacrifice to protect freedom and democracy, and she added that the day provides another opportunity.
It is also an opportunity to continue to implant in the hearts of all of our people the necessity to remain vigilant and to constantly remind ourselves of our youth and generations to come of the seriousness involved in nation building and the need to share with others in the processes of maintaining democracy for the benefit of all.
Lupus is an autoimmune disease which affects 5 million people around the world, with a number of Bahamians battling the illness. The disorder causes the body's systems to become hyperactive and attacks normal, healthy tissue. This results in symptoms such as inflammation, swelling, and damage to joints, skin, kidneys, blood, the heart, and lungs. Dr. Neil Parker talks about the incurable disease.
Most cases of lupus are what we describe in medicine as sporadic, meaning that they occur without necessarily having a family history. However, there is a genetic component, but we call it polygenetic, meaning that multiple different genes would predispose you. And so the family history would increase your risk of having autoimmune disease and having lupus, but it is not generally inherited it's not generally transmitted in a clearly defined pattern.
Believers Embassy International, a church in the Carmichael Road area, held its dynamic spring giveaway this weekend. Members reached beyond the four walls of the church to give back to residents in their community. They shared food, parcels, clothing, and other goods with those who came out. Pastor Stephen Monroe says it's important to give back, especially to those in need.
We understand as a family that not everybody is unfortunate or poor that needs help. Sometimes at one point we fall on hard times and we needed help. And we didn't have somebody there to really help us the way we would like to. So God has given us an opportunity to collaborate, to come together with partners and good people who sponsored to help us with this initiative and help the community.
We also spoke with the pastor's wife, who says she was happy to share in this outreach.
Sometimes you work, yes, maybe you're getting a $3,000, $4,000 salary a month, but your mortgage may be $3,500, and things just doesn't balance out right. You know, you have school, you have your kids to take care of. So what we desire to do is to assist those that need help, to make the burden a little bit easier. We are our brother's keeper, and this is what BEI is all about. So we gave groceries, we gave the essential items that you need to live: rice, tuna, corned beef, grits, bread.
Well, she may not have taken any top prizes in the preliminaries, but Miss New Providence, Bernice Gibson, walked away with the crown as the new Miss World Bahamas 2018. After weeks of competition, Gibson beat out 9 other beauties to rise to the top. The runners-up were Miss Grand of Bahamas, Serena Green, and Miss University of the Bahamas, Shelley Elise. Bernice says she was thankful for the opportunity and the support she received. She talked about what was going through her mind in those tense moments of competition.
Initially, what motivated me to enter the pageant was the fact that I thought I was fully capable to hold the crown. And as a result of the preliminary competitions, I started to doubt myself, and I felt as if there was no hope. And as time progressed, I went back to that place of why I decided to enter the pageant. And now I'm here today as the queen, and I'm very thankful for that.
The Miss Bahamas organization president, Michelle Malcolm, says the focus will now be on getting Gibson ready for the Miss World competition in China. The woman who will make that happen was one of the judges, Grace Fontaine, who has helped 6 young women walk away with international crowns.
We are putting Bernice in the hands of the best coach in the world, and we're grateful to have her. One of the reasons why we decided to have the pageant earlier is because both of our last 2 queens, both Gina and Ashley, when they came back from Miss World, said, you know, you really need to consider having the pageant earlier to give us more time to prepare. And so we listened, and that's why we decided to have the pageant earlier this year, to give her more time to concentrate on her beauty with a purpose and to prepare for the pageant. So we do get Grace her 7th title, and the Bahamas is first.
Well, stay with us. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, first at 6. Sports is up next. Stay with us.
Was brought to you by Commonwealth Bank, the leader in personal banking services.
got the best prices on tires in Nassau, new and used tires. I need 4 skids, 2 for the front and 2 for the back. You must have to be one of them battery and change my oil in my car one time. And buddy, whilst you working on my car, I get right over to Maljack Depot and convenience store to stock up on all that coke and group and everything. Boy, look here, I got my lobster. Man, look at this price. Fresh snappers and coke. And they got your pepper too. Just season up your stuff. Boy, Maljack never jacks up the prices.
Cellular and Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Monday. The Bahamas off to a fast start at the Davis Cup tie that is being played in Costa Rica. Philip Major Jr. won his match with Ken Tarusco, 6-4 and 6-2. Playing in the number 1 spot for Team Bahamas is Baker Newman, who won to a tune of 6-2 and 6-1 against James Bendick. The team of Marvin Roll and Jody Turnquest fell to Alejandro Obando and Bendick in doubles play, 6-2 and 6-2.
Just got confidence in my game. I know I've been working hard for this moment, for my country. I'm going to always put my 120% every time. And me and Marvin, we trusted in our game. He's also my coach, so we gelled extremely well on the tennis court by my side, and no problem with expressing how I felt, taking notes, and keep pushing forward. Honduras is definitely a tough team. They are very good. So we just got to keep pushing and trust in ourselves and believe in ourselves.
The Backyard Rumble was truly a thriller for boxing fans on the weekend. Here's Charles Fisher with the reports.
Sherman the Tank Williams giving Grand Bahama fans a special treat on Saturday, wasting little time and scoring a third-round TKO of Colombian Efiano Mendoza.
I put a jabber, then every time I put a jabber, they would go back. So I let him come in with his jab and just try to go over the top. And once I feinted him, he fainted, I went over the top, and I know I had him.
On the undercard, New Providence-based Tyrone Oliver won his pro debut with a second-round TKO over Grand Bahamian Justin Sawyer.
Midway through the first round, I know he wasn't in condition for the fight just by my movement. And I know he couldn't keep up with me because I'm fast on my feet. I'm a lot better fighter than him, but I give my respect to him for being a tough competitor.
Up-and-coming Bahamian heavyweight Amron Sands, who now resides in Orlando, Florida, had a tough time with Big Daddy Jerry Butler before pulling off the decision.
It was good. It was a real slugfest for real. It was very entertaining. Whoever missed it, they diss it. It was a very good show. We put on a good performance here tonight. Like I said earlier in my interview, we wanted to stick to the game plan, knowing he was more experienced than us, so that's what we did tonight, and we came up with the W.
Anthony Psycho Woods from New Providence was disqualified for holding too much on Haitian-American Jonathan Pierre.
Honestly, I wanted to go all the way. I wanted to knock out, but things will go as planned. But at the end of the day, man, I'm 3-0 and I'm still the champion.
American Chris Vendolo won after Cuba's Yandres Valdez could not continue after injuring his hand.
I wanted to go a couple more rounds and catch him with that Kong punch that I learned the last couple of days while I was here in lovely Bahamas, but I caught him a couple good times. Next time I'll get in a little bit better shape.
Great night of boxing in Grand Bahama after more than a 20-year hiatus. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thank you so much, Fisher. Calvin Green, Secretary in the Bahamas Boxing Commission, said boxing will punch its way back up and become popular again in the Bahamas. He said the Backyard Rumble was just the beginning.
Tonight was a wonderful expression of that. I think everybody had a good time. And it was good to see this is just the beginning of the revival of boxing in our country.
The annual Special Olympics Bahamas track and field meet was held on Saturday at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. More than 100 athletes from 5 islands, including New Providence, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, Abaco, and for the first time, Exuma, participated in the meet.
Our usual showers of blessings that happens at all of our Special Olympics Bahamas events. But as you can see, the athletes are excited, the fans are excited, and the day has been going fantastic.
Is it hard bringing all the islands together?
It's expensive bringing all of the islands together, and this is where our volunteers and for donations come in. But you know, once it's organized, we've been doing it for a long time, and so we pretty much have it on the track. And getting them together is always fun, is always exciting.
Luther was one of the biggest teams represented at the annual Special Olympics Bahamas track and field meet. Here's head coach Tony Crane.
The school only has 12 students, so we brought 3/4 of the school basically. And you know, we always really enjoy this. You know, it was a great atmosphere. You know, the kids try hard. You know, success is measured in sometimes not just in medals, you know, but the way they socialize and the way they enjoy themselves and the way they act. So we always come. I think it's our 4th or 5th year, and we're enjoying it. Kids are having a great time. They're running. You know, they've won a few medals, so all's good.
8 Bahamians qualifying for the NCAA Division I Outdoor Track and Field Championships that will take place June 6th through 9th in Eugene, Oregon. Moving on were Bridrea Seymour, who has the fastest time in the 100-meter hurdles, 12.80 seconds. Devin Charlton is also in with 13.01 seconds. Brianne Bethel will compete in the 100 meters and 200 meters at the championship, while Janae Ambrose and Xavier Coakley will be a part of their college's relay squads. On the field will be Denzel Pratt, who booked his spot in the men's javelin. Kiwan Kalma hopped, skipped, and jumped his way into the final of the men's triple jump, and Serena Brown is in for discus. The women's national basketball team continues to work out daily in preparation for their regional tournament next month. Head coach Wade Watson knows that obtaining qualification won't be easy, especially with top-ranked countries playing.
Cuba's our first game, and then I think we have St. Vincent and the Grenadines second. So my focus right now is really trying to see what Cuba brings to the table. I'm trying to see what their height is. I'm trying to get some stats on Cuba to see what their players bring to the table, who the key players are, who gets the most minutes, and so on and so forth. So that's really my focus. And then, you know, you got Puerto Rico also in that tournament, but then a second pool. So I'm trying to look a little bit at Puerto Rico, but not too close at Puerto Rico right now, because they're really to get a good start, we want to see if we could disrupt Cuba. The last time I could remember, when CBC was here in Nassau, I believe, the Bahamian women team defeated Cuba. So I'm hoping that we can do the same thing when we travel.
Coach Mark Hanna knows the importance of a good workout. He also knows that the more work you put in, the better you become.
You can't stop playing. My goal is to play at least 50 games before season start in October.
And how much do you get in, even if you are not able to play in all the tournaments you want to play?
Well, between 30 to 40 games are good. But the main thing is repetition is the mother of all teachers. The more you do something, the better you become. So the more these guys play, they find out if they are a shooter, if they are a slasher, if they're a rebounder, different roles, you know, that's what I'm looking for, role players.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Together, we laugh more, we discover more, we dream more. Together, we connect more, we cheer more. Grab life by the bundle and fuel your passion for your favorite things. Enhance your entertainment experience with Flow Evo, internet and home phone in one simple package. The hotter the bundle, the more you get. Grab life by the bundle with BTC.
James Aubrey. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the family islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to Abaco.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the family islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the family islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the family islands today.
Everybody, I on TV. Look, I on TV. Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartend, do you see me? I on television. I gotta tell my girlfriend I on television.
Hello?
Babe, turn your television to ZNS.
Quick, I on television. I don't have a TV in here. We have Wi-Fi though. We have Wi-Fi.
That's fine. They upgrade now. You can watch it live from your phone.
You just have to download the app. All right, hold on. Go to the App Store, type in ZNS, download the app, and you'll be able to watch ZNS straight from your phone. Hurry up before it's over, girl.
Get your news and more anytime, anywhere with the new ZNS app. Stay connected from around the globe with our live stream news updates, all in the palm of your hand. You can also listen to the ZNS radio network for your favorite music. Go into your Apple or Google Play Store and download the ZNS app today.
Miss, I just stand now. I still gotta pay?
When a hurricane watch or warning is issued, medical emergency services are placed on high alert. For many persons seeking medical care, defining what an emergency is can be difficult to assess given all that is occurring during the storm. The following basic guidelines are designed to help you assess your emergency. If you are experiencing symptoms like shortness of breath, chest pain, severe pain, disorientation, extreme vomiting or diarrhea, vision disturbance, or suicidal thoughts, you should seek immediate medical assistance. If you are bleeding significantly or otherwise severely injured, seek emergency assistance immediately. Children presenting with symptoms like high fever and extremely listless or lethargic behavior need to be taken to the emergency room immediately. If you are unsure of the extent of your condition, you are advised to seek medical assistance immediately. Share your symptoms with the on-call doctor and get advice as to whether or not it can wait until normal business hours. Remember, emergency care is not a convenient option for basic medical care during a storm. The Public Hospitals Authority encourages members of the public to use these basic guidelines to help decide on whether something is an emergency or not. The authority reminds the public that in the case of an emergency, always call 911 or head immediately to the emergency room. This message is brought to you by the Public Hospitals Authority and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
As I stand in this graveyard, I think about all the senseless killing that we got going on in our country. Our country is too small for the amount of murders that we're having right now. I want to encourage you, man. Let's bring some peace to our streets. Let's stop all this senseless killing. Let's stop all of these different graves from coming up out of the ground. You and I together, let's bring some peace to our streets.
You thought it was the talk of the town, but get ready for more.
More energy, more excitement, exhilarating, compelling, informative, educational talk on The Conversation.
I'm Shanique Miller. Pull up a chair with a cup of tea and join me weekdays at 4 on Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, and The Light, 810 AM for The Conversation. I'm excited to have you around the table.
Time now for weather.
In our first look at weather, we're going to get you started with a satellite picture, and you can see on our satellite picture still have lots of convectivity going over across western and the central portions of Cuba, and that's in response to subtropical storm Alberto, which at 4 o'clock this afternoon was located at 30.3 degrees north longitude, 85.9 degrees west. That position put the center of circulation about 15 miles west-northwest of Panama City in Florida, and the eye is about to make a landfall later on tonight across Alabama, and as it moves inland, we expect some steady weakening. Right now, maximum sustained winds are just around 45 miles per hour, and as we said, once it gets inland, we can expect that weakening to take place. The forecast track expect Alberta to move into the Tennessee Valley sometime late tomorrow, and by Wednesday moving into the Ohio Valley as it continues on that northward track. Weakening will continue, and hence not much of a problem, but certainly there will be some issues with storm surge along the Gulf Coast later on tonight as the eye makes that way across the coast later on tonight. Outside of our studios, we are under cloudy skies. Your temperature 81 degrees, relative humidity 88%. The winds are out of the south-southeast at 17 miles per hour. Barometric pressure 1,015.0 millibars. That is 29.97 inches, and it is rising. That's going to do it for your first look at weather at 6. Stay tuned. More weather is still to come.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Well, that does it for us. And first at 6, stay tuned, though. The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition is straight ahead.
Update tonight on the rainy conditions impacting the northern Bahamas. The nation's leader making a commitment to assist a local tertiary institution. And Save the Base commissioning another group of youth environmental ambassadors.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll-Farquharson. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the weather tops the news tonight as Grand Bahama continues to grapple with rainy conditions. This coming just days before the start of the Atlantic hurricane season, and the current conditions are being attributed to a pre-storm. Italia Hall has our top story. Grand Bahama blanketed by heavy rain and wind for the past several days. Senior Met Officer at the Bahamas Department of Meteorology, Kirk James, says this adverse weather is being caused by subtropical storm Alberto, which developed in the northwest Caribbean Sea.
And was predicted to move northward, which had moved north-northeast for a while. And so what that did was that compounded the streaming tropical moisture from south to north. And Sunday, we rained for at least 7 hours on Sunday. And of course, now Monday, the rain was predicted to go into Tuesday. If you look at your forecast, you trace it back, you see it was going into Tuesday. And lo and behold, Monday, we have a whole lot of unsettled weather to the south of us on the radar picture. Courtesy of Alberto again, subtropical storm. Outside the season, last season, the first storm developed in May also.
The 2018 hurricane season will open in just 4 days. He says the preseason storm is no indicator as to how active the hurricane season will be.
There's no direct correlation between the fact that it has started a bit early, above normal season as predicted. And also we want residents, as we keep reiterating, do not be fixated on the numbers. An average season is 12 named storms, 6 hurricanes and 2 to 3 major. This year we're predicting at least 14 and 7, and then 3, about 3, 1 to 3, NOAA says. So don't worry about those numbers. Just prepare for the one of which you don't know when it's going to develop and what track it's going to take.
Now, May is often the start of the rainy season, and for the last 2 weeks, islands in the northern Bahamas have been experiencing periods of inclement weather. James says the unstable weather was due to a surface trough in the Gulf of Mexico.
That's produced all the unsettled weather and the rain, generally over the eastern Gulf, northwest Bahamas, and that's been a persistent trough, staying there for quite a while.
He says residents must take some precautions during these adverse weather conditions.
Residents should be very careful navigating the streets, I'll say, because during moderate to heavy rain, the visibility could become pretty much real low. And of course, the flying public, they will know that I have a threat of thunderstorms out there. The boaters would know there's a threat for strong to severe thunderstorms, water spouts, that kind of thing. So adverse to hazardous weather, inclement weather, unsettled weather, all these terms are descriptive of the weather we're having.
And if you were wondering when these unsettled weather conditions will come to an end, well, the Chief Met Officer says you can expect to see some improvement by Wednesday of this week. Reporting for ZNS Network News, I'm Italia Hall.
And as we move closer to the launch of this year's hurricane season, ZNS Northern Service is doing its part to promote hurricane preparedness. Tomorrow at 9 a.m., the ZNS Community Outreach Radio program will travel to 8 Mile Walk to address the issue of hurricane preparedness in that community. The radio talk show will come live from the Administrator's office in 8 Mile Walk on 8:10 a.m. The Light. Now, among the guests are the Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama and Bimini, Pakeisha Parker Edgecombe, Administrator Don Cornish, and Chief Counselor Kevin Morris. In news from the crime beat, 9 illegal migrants apprehended at sea during the adverse weather conditions over the weekend. The United States Coast Guard making the interception in Bahamian waters. The Cubans, 8 males and 1 female, were found on board a rustic vessel. They claimed to have departed Cuba on May 17th and were destined for Miami, Florida. The Cubans were flown to the capital to await repatriation. Meantime, a robbery taking place at a business establishment on Spanish Key in the Abaco last night. Reports are that shortly after 10 last night, 2 men, both armed, entered a business establishment on Spanish Key, accosted 2 employees, and stole cash before making their escape. ZNS News has learned that 2 persons are assisting police with these investigations. But if you have any information that can further help police, you should call 367-2560, 367-3437 in Grand Bahama, 350-3107 through 12, 911-919, or your nearest police station. Jeffrey Marcel, age 22 of Caravel Beach, and Hearn Lane, Jermaine Moss, 34 of Jack Smith Corner and 8 Mile Rock, and Stefan Moss, 19 of Rumkey Villas, were all arraigned before Magistrate Gwen Claude at the 8 Mile Rock Court today and charged with possession of an illegal firearm and ammunition. Jeffrey Marcel pled guilty to the charge. He was convicted and sentenced to 4 years at the Department of Corrections in the capital. Now, the other 2 suspects were remanded until July 24th for trial. The men were arrested in the 8 Mile Rock community on Friday night by officers involved in Operation Thunder Sweep. Police tell us that a black .40 pistol with 8 rounds of ammunition were discovered in a 2007 Nissan Note that the 3 men were driving in. Cecil Lamont McPhee, 43, was arraigned before Magistrate Reagan Johnson today for possession of an illegal firearm and ammunition. He pled guilty to the charge, and sentencing was delayed until tomorrow. Police say McPhee was arrested over the weekend on East Mall Drive by officers involved in Operation Thunder. They say a search of his vehicle uncovered a .40 pistol with 12 live rounds of ammunition. And switching gears now, the nation's leader on Grand Bahama recently for his regular monthly working visit. While here, the Prime Minister met with the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute and made a commitment to assist with its further development. Megan Shepard has this report.
Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis says that this visit to Grand Bahama is particularly special because he brought along members of the newly established Prime Minister's Delivery Unit team. He explained the responsibilities of this unit.
It's their job to ensure that whatever commitment and whatever we say we're going to do, they must ensure that it is done, because they would have the might and the power of the office of the Prime Minister to penetrate all the various different agencies to make sure it's done. And as you know, one of the big problems we face here, not only in Grand Bahama, but throughout the Bahamas, is ease of doing business. So they would deal with those matters. Education is another issue, and we're trying to look at the entire, a new educational curricula, ensuring that technology is definitely a part of it. And they would ensure that Grand Bahama moves with the entire Bahamas' program. So I think that is very significant.
The Prime Minister was able to meet with executives of the Bahamas Technical and Vocational Institute. He says it was exciting to hear of the programs they currently have, what they plan to implement, and the success of the school.
They graduate 20 students. There are about 200 students within the programs, but they graduate 20 students from the tech programs. And there's 100% employment upon graduation, and there's a demand for more. What it shows that, yes, we're building Grand Bahama as a tech hub, but we also need that knowledge hub. So we must build our knowledge base so that we can guarantee that, yes, you have a tech hub, but the employment strata are Bahamians and not necessarily all foreigners. And we would be moving, the Ministry of Education would be moving towards the establishment of a knowledge hub.
Now, because there is such a demand for students to participate in the technology department of the Institute, the nation's leader says that he made a financial commitment to help students take advantage of the opportunities at BTVI.
We have a program where at least, I think, $1.5 million is allotted for summer employment. But because we have the shortage of technology-skilled individual, I think it's important for us to take some of that money, put aside, and allocate it to those students between the 9th to the 12th graders. And what we would do is ensure that they attend summer programs organized by BTVI, but geared towards technology, building that knowledge base. And that would be funded by us, but at the end of the program, they would be paid for attending and graduating, knowing that we are building that knowledge base, preparing our children for the future.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us, there's more news right after this.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Dolly Madison, Freeport's original home center.
Rain or shine, there's one place that you can always depend on for emergency hurricane supplies or everyday items. Whether it's Ace Hardware, Housewares and Paint, or furniture and accessories from Rooms to Go, or Radio Shack Electronics. The one place that carries Craftsman tools, tablets, routers, computer networking supplies, generators, and so much more is right around the corner on Queens Highway. That place is Dolly Madison Home Center. Rain or shine. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Come on down now.
This hurricane season, you can have light when the power is off with Solar Up Bahamas. Find out more about commercial and residential solar systems and lighting. Phone 727-4237.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Gold Rock Concrete, now manufacturing 4, 6, and 8-inch concrete blocks and ready-mix concrete.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
Covering the Northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Union leaders on Grand Bahama have a week of activities planned before and after this Labor Day holiday. BUT Executive Quinton LaRota says so far a speech competition has been planned for Tuesday night. A night of labor is on Wednesday. Thursday is a bingo night at the BUT Hall. And Friday is the annual march and rally, which he says will be done quite differently this year.
Marching in the community of Caravelle Beach, and this year we have again a joint march between the two umbrella unions, the NCTUB and the TUC, and so we are continuing the solidarity that Grand Bahama and the Northern region is known for. We will begin at the bazaar, and we will head up the South Mall to Bonefish Street, and then Drumfish Street to Dolphin Street, back to Polaris Drive, to West Atlantic Drive, Sunset Highway, and we will end with a rally on Anita Doherty's Park in Caravelle Beach.
Former president of the taxi union, James Kemp, will be honored during Wednesday's Night of Labor. Current president of the taxi union, David Jones, says Kemp has played a vital role in the labor movement.
Mr. Kemp has served as transportation chairman. He has served as president in the greatest organization called the taxi union. So therefore, this week, we're going to salute him big time, if I may use that phrase right there. On Wednesday night, we're going to throw a banquet for him. We're going to party till the night go into the morning. So we're going to, and on Friday, we're going to celebrate him again big time. We're going to have a massive parade. So we're asking all the taxi drivers to come out in their taxis, and we're going to parade the city of Freeport, the residential area of Cabell Beach.
The Save the Bays environmental organization getting the youth involved in its mission of environmental safety. Save the Bays recently commissioned another group of youth environmental ambassadors, bringing the total to 200 nationwide. Kimberly Mullings has more on this story.
Some 24 high school students from across Grand Bahama were pinned as official youth environmental ambassadors, YEAs, after successfully completing the 4-month program hosted by Save the Bays. Chairman Joe Darville says these students were taught to not only protect, but respect the environment.
That includes how we're going to manage it, care for it, be the leaders thereof. And what we have done over the last 5 months is exactly that. Every aspect of the environment, whether it's mangroves or whether it's the pollution of the mangroves or the plastic pollution, every aspect of it we have covered to make sure that these young people become the stewards thereof, the guardians in the future.
Facilitator, Miss Grand Bahamas, Serena Green, recalled how the program exceeded her expectations.
This opportunity to work with such awesome facilitators, the amazing Mr. Darville, and such phenomenal students has been an opportunity that I would cherish for the rest of my life. To the YEAs, I pray that this has and will continue to be a lasting encounter for you, and that the friendships and lessons that you learn will be lasting ones.
Sheldia Gray, a YEA, says she is more than ecstatic to go out in the community and be an agent of change.
As a teen, I already knew that littering was wrong, but it wasn't until I joined Save the Bays I began to recognize the dreadful effects it can have on humans, the environment, and the ocean. For the past 4 months, when we met every other Saturday, I came to a well-put-together, very informative session. I learned so much, and now I want to stand up for the environment. This course included leadership and teamwork efforts to help us further develop as people with a passion. It is my passion to stand out and to make my voice heard.
Attending the pinning ceremony was the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Michael Pintard, who admonished the youngsters to continue being a positive influence and good citizens of the Bahamas by spreading the word about the environment.
Your message to a parent, not your parent, parent of friends that you may have, throwing something out of the window of a car makes more difference than the police officer who stops them. Your message to the neighbor who has a roadside garage where there's oil and gasoline seeping into our water table is infinitely more effective than the adult neighbors who, if they approach them, could end up in a confrontation. Your message to policymakers about what you believe is the right course of action to develop our environment, marine and terrestrial, will make far more difference than an opposition or somebody opposed to the government. So you have a powerful voice.
The students performed a drum selection for those in attendance and were pinned according to their strengths as strong supporters, critical thinkers, growth mindset, social entrepreneurs, and emerging pioneers. There was also an exhibition of things the YEAs learned about pine forests, bush medicine, mangroves, plastics, sea animals, and more. Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Network News.
Finally, news this evening, the Principals and Vice Principals Association in the process of conducting a study on parental involvement within the school system. The study came about as a result of the parenting forum held last year. Grand Bahamian and Assistant Professor at Oakland University in Michigan, Dr. Inika Bowe, will be conducting that study. Education leaders welcome the study. They say it takes a village to train a child, and this study will assist in achieving that goal.
Parental involvement has a positive effect in that
the children, sometimes we can get better discipline from students. There are times when they complete their homework assignments, when parents are more involved in the schools.
We are also pleased to have Dr. Anika Bowe join our team. Her surveys and research with parents goes a long way in making sure that this association and others such as ours provides all forms of opportunities to assist our parents.
We would like for the community to assist us in gathering the information. She will tell you all about how she will go about the study, but she will be interviewing persons from the community, as well as she will be giving out surveys for parents and teachers so that we can get the information and use it to get parental involvement.
Dr. Bowe says Oakland University has provided $5,800 to conduct this study.
What I will be doing is asking parents to fill out surveys, parents and teachers to fill out surveys about what their idea of parent involvement is and how schools can support parent involvement, how the community can support parents being more involved inside schools. I will also conduct phone interviews with faith leaders, health workers, social science workers on their ideas about parent involvement as well, health workers too, employers, just to see if we can get a community-wide view on what we mean by parental involvement inside schools, and to see if we can collectively come up with ideas about how we can support parents in being more involved inside schools. And to thank people for their time, they will receive a $5 gift card for either cell phones or gas cards, just to say thank you for participating in the study, because they are taking time out of their day to do it.
And now it is time to ask the doctor.
Hi, and welcome to my special segment on lupus. Michelle's second question is, my sister has this rash on her face. Does everyone with lupus get a rash? Thanks again for this question. Not everyone with lupus gets a rash on their face, but most patients do. There are two kinds of lupus: discoid lupus that may mainly affect the skin that is exposed to sunlight, and systemic lupus, or SLE for short, which is a more serious and can affect the skin and joints, as well as vital internal organs such as lungs, heart, kidneys, and brain. The rash on your sister's face that you are describing is known as the classic butterfly rash. It is a raised, scaly, butterfly-shaped rash across the bridge of the nose and the cheeks that can leave scars if left untreated. Lupus can also involve other parts of the body, and persons can experience profound fatigue, low-grade fever, severe joint pain and muscle aches, extreme sun sensitivity, weight loss, chest pain on taking a deep breath, nose, mouth, or throat sores, poor circulation in fingers and toes, or bald patches and hair loss. So if you or someone you know have any of these symptoms, please discuss them with your doctor. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
Stay with us for a check on sports next.
More Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star, phone 443-7979.
Lucayan Medical Center provides services in family medicine, internal medicine, obstetrics, gynecology, surgery, pain management, psychiatry, audiology, podiatry, and dentistry. We offer laboratory, ECG, X-rays, ultrasound, CAT scans, and MRI scans. Also here, pharmacy, physiotherapy, fitness programs, and pre-employment medical screening. Skilled staff serve you with dignity and confidentiality. Visit Lucayan Medical Center for your healthcare needs.
Island Betty, the expert in comfort, has something special for you. We have produced a new line of value-added mattress and bedroom sets. We are talking about a 4-piece set that includes a mirror, dresser, nightstand, and your choice of a value-added queen-size pillow top mattress. We have double-sided pillow top mattress at a very low price. And to top it all off, we will meet or beat any price on an identical mattress.
When you need a warm, filling meal, head to KFC for a hot, juicy, flaky chicken pot pie. Individual sized, freshly baked, chunky chicken pot pie loaded with tender pieces of delicious KFC chicken, green peas, hearty carrots, potatoes, and a thick and savory home-style sauce. Covered with a golden crust. Chicken pot pie. Available at all KFC restaurants in Freeport.
Influenza or the flu can be serious, causing hospitalization and sometimes death. One of the best ways to prevent acquiring the flu is to get your annual flu shot. Flu shots are available free of charge at all community clinics. The following high-risk persons are encouraged to get their annual flu shots: children 6 months and older, pregnant women, adults over the age of 50, persons with asthma, diabetes, hypertension, or a weakened immune system resulting from cancer and/or HIV, persons in nursing homes, and healthcare providers. Additional information regarding the flu shot can be provided by your nearest community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Topping sports, an exciting night of boxing on Saturday at the Social Affair Convention Center. In the main event, Bahamian heavyweight boxer Sherman Tank Williams recorded a third-round TKO, and our Charles Fisher was there.
Fighting in front of his hometown fans for the first time, Sherman the Tank Williams scored a third-round conk punch uppercut to Efriano Mendoza from Colombia, sending him to the canvas, and he could not respond, much to the delight of the fans.
Mendoza came in a lot dirty, actually. I wasn't expecting the tactics that he used. He's normally a boxer. He was a light heavyweight and cruiserweight champion. But tonight he seemed to be actually heavier than I was, and he was using a lot of dirty tactics, coming in with the head, and he hit me about 5 times with a bunny punch. So I figure once we made it to the second round, I got to try to hit him with a conk punch and get him out of there. I caught him clean. So I set him up. As I was going backwards, he came forward. I clipped him right over the top with the overhand right, and I know he couldn't survive.
When did you notice that you had him where you wanted him?
After the referee braked us, I put a jabber. Then every time I put a jabber, they would go back. So I let him come in with his jab and just try to go over the top. Once I feinted him, he fainted. I went over the top, and I know I had him.
For the Tank, it was a bit of butterflies heading into the fight, fighting for the first time here in Grand Bahama, but pleased with the support.
It was a nice atmosphere. I mean, you know, I'm happy. I'm proud of the Grand Bahamas that came out tonight. I appreciate the support from everybody that supported the show. You know, it's just the beginning of something good.
He promised that more of this is to come.
Right now, I'm going to take a couple of weeks off. I got a date back in Copenhagen, and hopefully we'll be back in Grand Bahama very soon.
A great night of boxing here in Grand Bahama, having fans asking for more. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks, Charles, and that is a check on sports.
More on Makeup by Megan Coakley. When you want to look like a star. Phone 443-7979.
Hi, I'm Olympia Ferguson from Budget Pest Control. On Grand Bahama, there are only 2 types of homes, those with termites and those that will have termites. The signs you should look for are drywood termite fecal pellets, subterranean termite shelter tubes, and of course damaged wood. We now have on Grand Bahama the Coptotermes formosanus, or the super termite, which can do extreme damage in a very short period of time. To know more and to protect your investment, contact the termite experts at Budget Pest Control. With us, it's not just a company behind you, but a family. We are located on 13 Forest Avenue. Call us today at 351-7378.
Where do you go when you're looking for low prices and quality meats? You go to Mulligan's Meats and Spices, KMW Plaza, or Mulligan's Meat and Spices at the rear of the Britannia Mall on Luna Boulevard. New things are happening at Mulligan's Meats. They have everyday low prices on groceries, frozen foods, produce, dairy, health, and beauty care. Visit their meat department where beef, chicken, turkey, and mutton are cut right before your eyes. Mulligan's has everything you need, incredible service, and courteous staff. Mulligan's providing quality products at great prices.
The Awards and Science Center has everything you need to help you give that special someone the most amazing personalized creative gift. One-of-a-kind floral arrangements to brighten someone's day. Recognition awards ranging from plaques to trophies. And yes, even tombstones to memorialize your loved ones. Visit the Awards and Science Center and be dazzled by our vast, beautiful array of supplies on West Atlanta Drive. The Awards and Science Center.
You, Carol Rowe, for making that ackee and codfish. You are truly my hero. That's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Shoshana Wolf-Parkinson. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the National Report. The government summons Shantytown landowners to a meeting. Ahead tonight, what the government says it will do and what it will not. Local businessmen seek out new opportunities in Haiti. Budgeting for better. Hear the Minister of Finance's preview. And a new queen is crowned. Why she almost missed out on the title. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
This portion of the news is brought to you by BTC Every Day.
Another Haitian sloop makes it all the way to New Providence. Good evening, everyone. I'm Keishla Adderley, and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Topping the news tonight, the Defense Force on the defensive over an illegal landing near their base here in the capital on the weekend. A team from the Defense Force base took the media on a tour at sea of the area where that Haitian sloop came in near waters off Venice Bay, carrying a number of illegals. They also talked about other measures they're putting in place to increase their patrol, as LaDawn Davis tells us.
With life jackets on and seats filled, the media were taken on a tour by Defense Force officers to the site where several migrants entered our borders illegally sometime this week.
No, this was to basically show you the conditions that they go through. Today is a bit overcast. You can see ashore, but it's to show you the conditions that the guys who are working on the vessels have to go through 24 hours a day. By night or during the rain like we had this morning. If we were out during the rainy times, you would barely see the other vessel more than 400 meters in front of you. Right. So it's basically just to acquaint the press so that you can acquaint the public that it's not as easy as it looks.
Leading one of the media crews on a tour at sea was acting officer in charge of the Coral Harbor base, Captain Adrian Criswell, who says he is unsure of the number of illegal migrants that may have allegedly bypassed Defense Force patrols and security checkpoints. But he assured the public that there is no cause for alarm.
Venice Bay is very thinly populated. So once they know that that area is thinly populated, they may know that a lot more people on Marshall Road, on South Beach proper, Yamacraw. So right now, it looks like they found out that Venice Bay is underpopulated. And you get in there, there's very few houses, limited street lighting, and actually limited traffic because it's a private area. So they know there's not going to be a lot of traffic and people just casually driving around. So that was an opportune time for them. The idea also is we're still improving the facilities in Matthewtown. We anticipate having that radar and the tracking system in place in a few short months, maybe 3 months. That'll be the first layer. We have plans to put a similar system in Ragged Island, And also here in New Providence, we want to put a radar in.
In 2014, the government spent $230 million to purchase 9 Defense Force vessels to protect our borders. Now, according to Criswell, more funds are expected to be spent on additional resources.
Project that we're working on is the drone program, which, especially as we say, forward deployed to Matthewtown and Ragged Island, you can send up the drone. So it's not just a little commercial off the shelf. We started with those just to get the practice in and to build the team up. And so each iteration, we'll try to buy a slightly larger drone, slightly with increased range. So instead of doing the 1 mile, it can go out to 5 miles or the 10 miles.
Defense Force officials say some 70 illegal migrants were apprehended in the Eleuthera and Venice Bay exercises. At the Coral Harbor base, LaDawn Davis, ZNS Network News.
There is some updated information on those apprehensions. We're told that 26 persons were apprehended, 16 men and 10 women. They were charged today with illegal landing and have all pleaded guilty to the charge. In other news tonight, a task force taking steps to locate the leaseholders of land in shanty towns here in the capital as efforts continue to rid the country of those unregulated communities. Labor Minister the Honorable Dion Folk said most of the shanty towns were previously farms which were discontinued by leaseholders. However, he said the farm workers remained on the land and built those shanty towns. Now efforts to locate them continue.
40% of all the residents of shanty towns in the Bahamas are children, and the majority of them are in school. So we do not intend to disrupt the academic year, and that's why we're doing it during the summer months. We also have a subcommittee of the overall committee that did a survey of affordable rental units in New Providence. And we have ample space to accommodate the residents paying by themselves in affordable rental units.
Now, the Labor Minister is urging the lease owners to remove buildings in the shanty towns or have the government remove them come July 31st. Mr. Folk said the demolition exercise will be carried out during the summer break so as not to disrupt the lives of students. He also stressed that public funds will not be used to pay rental fees when residents are relocated. Well, a 20-member delegation from the Bahamas Chamber of Commerce and Employers Confederation traveled to Haiti this weekend on a trade mission, which CEO Edison Sumner is calling successful. Mr. Sumner says his delegation met with the Haitian Prime Minister, other ministers of the government, and the business community in what he believes were fruitful talks about opportunities in agribusiness and energy.
Because of the Haitian government, the president in particular, has a very aggressive push that he wants to see some significant improvements and advances made in the area of energy distribution and generation, and also wants to see an increase in the level of trade between the Bahamas and Haiti as it relates to agribusiness.
Now, Sumner says the chamber had some concerns regarding adherence to international standards in agribusiness.
There's also concern about logistics. How do we get product from Haiti to the Bahamas and vice versa? I mean, having to necessarily open new shipping lanes and new logistics routes for that to happen. But it appears that Haiti is open for business.
Well, in just 2 days, on Wednesday, it's expected that the budget communication will be presented to Parliament, a fiscal blueprint for 2018 and 2019. We are joined tonight by Gowan Bowe, who will give us some of his thoughts as far as the business community is concerned about what to expect. Mr. Bowe, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Keishla.
Well, the last budget was billed as one of correction. We heard a lot about paying off contract commitments and outstanding bills. The Prime Minister referred to a 1.8% growth of the economy and a forecasted growth of 2.5% this year. What are some of your expectations for this year's budget?
Well, certainly the first thing is we have to get away from this concept of this being their first budget. Last year, what they can articulate was the priority was looking at how they filled the vacuum that they felt was left behind. This year, what we should be focusing our attention on is their priorities and strategies going forward to develop the country over the next 5, 10, 15 years. So I would hope to see that the budget lay out things where it is very clear that they're putting the money where the mouth is, if you will, to say that these are initiatives or objectives that we have, and we are clearly setting those funds to make sure that we do so. And I think equally as important is to say where they cut back, where to say that these are certain elements that are being deferred, at least for the time being.
Now, this budget is being branded the People's Budget. We'll know for sure what that means come Wednesday when we hear the details. But we've seen developments like, for example, the over-the-hill development plan the Prime Minister has proposed, and we've also seen 2 Baha Mar properties open since then. How does that change the game?
Well, economics is about sentiment. So if people feel that things are getting better, then they react in that same way. And certainly persons who are now employed have disposable income and are able to spend. We're a consumption tax-based economy, and so the more people are spending, the more tax revenues go into the government, and the more they're able to expend that in a way that sets out their goals and priorities. Certainly when we look at some of the initiatives like the revitalization project and other initiatives mentioned, those cost money. And so the budget certainly has to articulate what the cost is, how they're going to measure success, and whether or not they have a mechanism to determine whether or not this is something that should be continued or actually revisited after a very short period of time.
And finally, very quickly, we heard the government take a lot of time, a lot of care to talk about the fact that they want more people to get in business. We want to see more small and medium-sized business development. What will it take for that to happen to make the environment ripe and attractive to new business?
Well, certainly the major challenge businesses face is capital. And so it is really the government setting initiatives in place that encourage, one, the pooling of resources. So whether that be entrepreneurs that work together in order to form businesses, whether that's them pushing the legislation to allow crowdfunding and other less complicated means of raising funds. And then once you have those types of initiatives in place, it's focusing attention on making sure businesses have proper business plans, management, and research behind it. And so the small business development center that is going to be at UB is certainly a move in the right direction to say it's not about giving away money. It is making business entrepreneurs ready to actually access the capital and be successful.
All right, thank you very much, Businessman Gowan Bo there with some food for thought as the budget communication approaches. Well, still to come tonight, RBC employees in the Bahamas urged to unionize. And Bahamians join Americans stationed here in honoring U.S. servicemen and women this Memorial Day. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader.
This portion of the news is brought to you by the new Shell and Leaded, designed for extra miles.
Are your monthly bills coming in on top of your holiday bills? It's time for a change. Bundle your bills into one low-rate loan with Commonwealth Bank. Move your high-rate loans and credit card balances from other banks to a low-rate consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank. Less stress, less to pay, each and every month. Plus, the chance to win $5,000. So make a change. Get a consolidation loan at Commonwealth Bank and pay less.
Every day you wake up with the world in the palm of your hand. Making connections and creating memories and sharing them with the people you care about. Every day the world is at your fingertips, and you can experience every blockbuster movie in stunning HD and top 100 Billboard music hit with the touch of a button. Every day, your family and friends are important to you, and staying in touch no matter where you are in the Bahamas or the world is your #1 priority. And that's why, every day for over 100 years, BTC has been there to ensure that every Bahamian has the best connection to the world. We cover every island, rock and key, regardless of the cost. This is BTC Country.
Guys, come on. It's time to go. We are the team, man.
Genius. On Tuesdays, get 9 delicious pieces of chicken for just $12.
KFC, made for moms who know how to solve everything, even though it seems it can't be done.
Home is more than where the heart is. Home is where the children feel safe, a place where family comes first. Come home today with a BOB residential mortgage. Enjoy attractive rates with up to 25 years to repay. Or use the equity in your home to fund home improvements or other worthwhile needs. Isn't it time you came home to a place of your own? Talk with us today. BOB, your bank of solutions.
Let's celebrate our islands. Cheers to the new world. The Hopetown Lighthouse and Baha Mar Parent. Coral Gardens of Acklins and Crooked Island. Let's celebrate Andros. Let's celebrate the Grand Bahama Shipyard. Sport fishing in Bimini. The sweet sounds of Rake and Scrape. Eleuthera sweet pineapple. Our world-famous swimming pigs. Let's celebrate our national bird. Let's celebrate Long Island. Our sea turtles in Mayaguana. John Canoe. Let's celebrate Ragged Island. Click, the beer of the Bahamas, celebrating 30 years.
This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
23-year-old Rosebud Street resident Leander Bell was charged with murder in the magistrate's court today. Bell appeared before Assistant Chief Magistrate Shubasola Swain, charged with the May 14th death of Jason Edgecombe. Police say shortly after 10 p.m. a group of men were standing in front of a barbershop on 4th Street, Coconut Grove, off Robinson Road, when a Nissan Marsh vehicle pulled up. An occupant of the vehicle fired a number of shots into the group, hitting Edgecombe. Paramedics were called to the scene but were unable to revive him. Edgecombe died at the scene and Bell was not required to enter a plea. The matter's been adjourned to August 21st, when it's expected that voluntary bill of indictment papers will be served. 20-year-old D'Angelo Evans shot by police in Mason's Addition off McCullough Corner yesterday. He died in hospital. According to Chief Superintendent Solomon Cash, police were responding to a report of an armed robbery in Mason's Addition off East Street. According to police, while responding, they encountered two men who matched the description of the suspects. Family members say the police wrongfully accused the deceased based on his appearance.
If they're looking for a person in a jean pants, how could a person in a basketball pants? You're be the person you say in less than 5 minutes. You trying to tell me my cousin changing clothes that quick? Can't be.
Truth from God, when I reach out there, I meet my baby nephew laying down on a wet ground and all that dirt face down and the blood was coming out his back, his lower back. I scream. I say, y'all killed my baby. I say, but God, he please.
Chief Superintendent Solomon Cash said one of the assailants had a .40 caliber weapon, and officers, being in fear for their lives, opened fire. Evans' family claims police were wrong to shoot him and they want justice. The matter is now before coroner Janine Gomez.
Rest until we get justice. Enough is enough.
They should have been back on.
They are here to protect the land. not to kill our people. You could kill somebody from back on there and not threat to you.
In other news tonight, the Royal Bank has been in the Bahamas for more than 100 years, employing thousands of Bahamians. Lately, though, it seems that bank closures and staff reductions are what's making headlines. And as a result, the union, which represents those working in the financial services sector, is urging RBC employees to unite. And as Sieska Adderley tells us tonight, union officials say this move is imperative in order to protect them.
Executives of the Bahamas Financial Services Union are once again urging Royal Bank of Canada employees to become members, as Bahamian employees are reportedly the only group in the region not unionized. President Teresa Mortimer confirmed Monday that there has been major staff reductions at RBC throughout the region, including the Bahamas, from 5,000 to 2,000 in the last 5 years. She expects the trend to continue and that RBC will pull out of the region in the next 3 to 5 years.
They have already closed the door in Jamaica. So who's next? And I don't feel like the Bahamas is next, because the Bahamas make its profit. So you're going to find out that's in Lucia or Grenada, those territories that really don't make the profit that you need, they're going to be next. But the point is, we still have time on our side. So imagine the next 3 to 5 years, we can come down even less than 1,000. But the point is, we need to get on board. We need to know, listen here, we can help ourselves. We don't need to wait for our brothers and sisters to help us. We need to help ourselves, and the BFSU is here to help you.
And this isn't the first time that the BFSU has made the pitch to RBC employees. Secretary General LaShawn Sawyer says they've been trying to get them to join for 5 years now. She thinks the sole reason more aren't joining is fear.
They're not recognizing that if they become one, they are speaking with one voice, and that's been the greatest obstacle to us. It's not always about salaries, it's about benefits and making sure that you get fair play once you're at the table negotiating with the employer.
BFSU executives made this plea alongside their regional counterparts, Uni Global Union. Now, Monday's press conference comes following last week's meeting in Port of Spain, Trinidad, where numerous breaches of basic good industrial relations were reportedly identified by banks, including RBC. And union officials want to ensure that the workplace is free from fear and victimization. C.S. Scatterly, ZNS Network News.
Senators met today to continue debate on the Multinational Entities Financial Reporting Bill. Labor Minister Senator the Honorable Dion Fowkes moved the second reading and committal of the bill, which seeks to regulate country-by-country reporting of profits and losses of multinational companies. Senator Fowkes said the proposed legislation will enable the Bahamas to comply with international standards in the international financial area, while possibly preventing future downgrades. He said the bill enjoys wide support in the financial services sector.
Because it is designed to have very limited impact. Namely, it applies only to MNE entities in the Bahamas, which are part of a company structure of a multinational corporation. And some of the examples are IBM, Exxon, and Google. These companies must earn an annual gross turnover in excess of $850 million. And we don't have too many of them in the Bahamas, if any at all.
Senator Fowkes said the bill comes amidst a push in the international community toward increasing transparency of beneficial ownership of offshore business entities.
This issue is only just heating up. More pressures will come, Madam President, and they will come soon. The EU Council of Ministers and Parliaments have already, in their 5th anti-money laundering directive, mandated all EU countries to implement greater access to beneficial ownership information of companies in every European country that's a member of the European Union. Access to transparent, beneficial ownership information of all companies and IBCs, as well as offshore entities by law enforcement agencies, is already specific mandate by the Financial Action Task Force, FATF. As Bahamians, Madam President, we must be aware of the constantly changing international landscape.
PLP Senator JoBeth Colby Davis supported the multinational entity's financial reporting bill, but she urged the government to put measures in place to ensure that the implementation of the legislation doesn't harm or disrupt local business. Well, as the U.S. celebrates Memorial Day and honors the lives of those who died in the armed services, celebrations for those who sacrificed their lives were mirrored here in the Capitol. 10 sailors of Patrol Squadron 23 who died on May 7, 1954, were again remembered and lauded for their contribution to the continued pursuit of freedom and democracy. Here's Cleopatra Murphy.
They gave the ultimate sacrifice, laying down their lives in service. And this Memorial Day, 10 American soldiers and 2 deceased Bahamian veterans were celebrated for their bravery during the annual Memorial Day service held at Clifton Pier. A moment of silence was held. Members of the Royal Bahamas Defense Force performed a gun salute, and a wreath was released into the ocean in their memory. Chargé d'Affaires of the U.S. Embassy, Stephanie Bowers, reflected on the annual event.
On this day in particular, words become feeble as we look out onto the waters where 10 servicemen lost their lives. Although words cannot repay the debt we owe them, we must remember them. We must honor their dedication that led them to a final sacrifice. As we reflect on their sacrifice, we also remember the sacrifices of our friends and allies who stand with America's armed forces.
The widow, followed by Hope Lamb, the daughter of one of the fallen, expressed their gratitude that their loved ones have not been forgotten.
My mother and I both have so much love and so much gratitude for everybody who takes the time to come here every year, not just to honor my father and those who were lost in this plane, but to honor every soldier, Bahamian and American, who have given their lives for our country.
Governor General Her Excellency Dame Margaret Pindling, addressing those in attendance, added that she was honored to remember those who gave the supreme sacrifice to protect freedom, but the day provides another opportunity.
It is also an opportunity to continue to implant in the hearts of all of our people the necessity to remain vigilant and to constantly remind ourselves of our youth and the generations to come of the seriousness involved in nation building and the need to share with others in the processes of maintaining democracy for the benefit of all.
Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scotterly. The Restructuring and Insolvency Specialists Association Bahamas held its launch event last week at the Royal Blue Golf Club at Baha Mar, attracting 50 guests. This included members of the Judiciary, Queen's Counsel, certified financial analysts, accountants, and attorneys. Now, the association's goal is to bring together thought leaders and others with experience in insolvency and restructuring to assist in facilitating legislative reform, committees for educational seminars, hosting of international conferences, and other networking events. It's reportedly the first of its kind in this jurisdiction. In other business news, Chair of Bahamas First Holdings Limited, Ian Fair, announced his retirement after serving in that post for the last 19 years during the company's recent general meeting. Alison Trico has now been appointed to serve in that post, which took effect on May 25th. Trico has served as director of the company since 2012. President and CEO of Bahamas First Group, Patrick Ward, calls Trico's appointment key to the company's maintenance of high standards of corporate governance, leadership continuity, and succession within the board and its objectives. Ward also thanked Mr. Fair for his astute leadership and invaluable contributions during his time as the board's chair. And in international news, Walmart, Target, and Kroger are opening their wallets to fend off Amazon. They're raising minimum wages to retain and attract workers and remodeling stores to encourage repeat customers. All three have lowered their prices. The companies are optimizing stores and warehouses for speedy curbside pickups and grocery deliveries. Walmart is also plowing cash into updating its website. Target bought grocery startup Shipt for $550 million last year, and Walmart bought e-commerce platform Jet.com for $3 billion in 2016. On Wednesday, Kroger says it was scooping up meal kit company Home Chef in a deal worth up to $700 million. Last week, the grocery chain paid $250 million for a stake in British online supermarket Ocado to help manage automated warehouses and leverage its digital technology in the United States. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Gatterly.
Tourism today, Bahamas tourism today.
The multi-billion-dollar Baha Mar resort has completed its hotel offerings now that the ribbon has been cut at its ultra-luxury hotel Rosewood. Dubbed the crown jewel of the Baha Mar hotel complex, Rosewood boasts 185 room suites, a collection of 5 4-bedroom beachfront villas with exclusive services, private pools, and private beach access. Bahamas Minister of Tourism and Aviation Dionisia Diagler says the hotel is a dream come true and will attract premium visitors to the destination.
I think everybody's excited. We're very enthused by the response that we're getting. Reservations are seemingly very robust, and so as a government, we're happy for it to finally be open.
Rosewood also features an island chic spa, a fitness center, 2 pools, and restaurants. The president of Rosewood, Radha Aurora, says the wow factor will be Bahamian service and culture.
The difference here is, of course, the people. French are different, English are different, Chinese are different, and it's the people. And I'm truly excited for our affluential explorer to experience this service, the Bahamian culture, and putting it on a global platform.
Rosewood joins the prestigious brands the Grand Hyatt and SLS. Meanwhile, President of Baha Mar, Graham Davis, says the hotel continues to evolve to exceed guest expectations. For the Tourism Today Network, I'm Candia Smith.
We start with a yes, but when life takes unexpected turns, you can still say yes to more. The Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card gives you points with every purchase that you can use to travel anywhere. Fly on any airline, anywhere, and anytime, with no blackout dates. Plus, with just 20,000 Scotia points, you can say yes to destinations. With Scotiabank Aero Platinum MasterCard credit card, it's easier to say yes to everything. Apply today.
The Amber Company has been around many years. We are one of the oldest computer company here on the island. We have a wide range of other products such as CCTV cameras, Promethean educational boards, ATMs and safes, and also we carry a wide variety of software products.
So this Canon is printer, wireless color printer is valued at $99, but all of our live customers that come in and show us the app and they're part of the loyalty program will get a 20% discount. The Armory Company is an innovative leader in business and technology solutions, so we thought the partnership would be natural with Alive since they follow a similar mission.
If you love seafood, it has to be fresh. Nobody understands this better than Geneva Brass Seafood. Yes, we're back for your wholesale or retail supply of fresh conch, lobster, grouper, jack, snappers, whatever. Geneva Brass Seafood, Eden Street off Arrington Road. Call 422-5349 or 803-5153. Geneva Brass Seafood opens 7 days a week. Say you heard this ad on radio for your 474 coupon and get 5% off store-wide. Geneva Brass Seafood. It couldn't be more fresh unless you go and get it yourself.
This is Get Me Right.
With our app, you easily sign up to ride and ride whenever you want. All of our drivers are certified taxi drivers. Add funds to your wallet and rate your drivers. Want to be a driver? Download Get Me Ride, the #1 transportation and taxi provider. Visit getmeride.org.
Know how you can save more money, save more time, earn more interest, and have more for the future? The solution is an account from Fidelity Bank. With our ASU Savings, fixed deposits, and preferred client program, you can get free financial advice from our team of experts, competitive interest rates, and free online banking for simple and safe banking anytime, anywhere. Open a fixed deposit or savings account with Fidelity by visiting a branch today. Get into the rhythm of saving with Fidelity. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Joy has something new in store for you. For even longer lasting suds, a more powerful clean, and a delightful new scent, try Joy Orange. Try it now and you could win a trip for 2 to Vegas, a trip for 2 to Orlando, or $1,000 cash. Just buy 2 30-ounce bottles of Joy Orange and take your receipt to purchase on Robinson Road. Try Joy Orange and enter to win today. Promotion ends June 22nd.
If you own a portfolio of securities within a brokerage account, like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds, you can access a hassle-free loan, known as a margin loan, based on the value of that portfolio. Your investment portfolio is essentially used as collateral for a cash loan. And the benefits are numerous. Simple and straightforward application, quick turnaround, a more competitive interest rate, no requirement for monthly payments. Contact us for more information on margin loans.
Food. It is as essential as air is to breathe and water is to drink. Food is life. But where does our food come from? The Bahamas has more than 2,000 farmers, but it's hardly enough to keep up with our growing population. Or is it? We traveled the nation to find out the answers to the questions everyone is asking. Can we feed ourselves?
Welcome back. The bejeweled 2018 Miss World Bahamas pageant crowned a new queen last night at the Imperial Ballroom of the Atlantis Resort. There were 10 lovely ladies, all with their eyes on the crown, but as Jimenita Swain tells us, only one contestant could emerge as queen.
Poise, grace, charm, and intelligence are all apt descriptions for the new Miss World Bahamas, Brittany Gibson. After the top 3 finalists, Gibson, Miss New Providence, Miss Grand Bahama, Serena Green, and Miss University of the Bahamas, Shelley Anise, were announced, patrons were clearly disappointed that Miss Long Island, Angel Cartwright, who captured the evening gown, best costume, and the sportswoman titles, was eliminated. Gibson admits she was a bit discouraged at times.
Initially, what motivated me to enter the pageant was the fact that I thought I was fully capable to hold the crown. And as a result of the preliminary competitions, I started to doubt myself, and I felt as if there was no hope. And as time progressed, I went back to that place of why I decided to enter the pageant. And now I'm here today as the queen, and I'm very thankful for that.
While some may think the runners-up may have been saddened by not winning the crown, both spoke highly of the new queen.
Truly, Brittany deserves the crown. Honestly, I can say that for rehearsal, she always picked me up, made sure that I was okay. She was a loyal friend to me during this pageant, and Serena as well. We rocked the natural hair together.
This experience has been nothing but amazing. I've grown so much as a woman, and I'm just grateful. Brittany, you deserve this crown, and I'm so proud of you.
I know you will bring back the crown for the Bahamas.
The beautiful young ladies graced the stage in evening gowns, swimwear, and of course the final question for the finalists. However, the night started with a dynamic opening number with Bahamian entertainer Lady E and the contestants all in step. The night also saw performances from Angelique Sabrina and Julian Believe. MBO President Michelle Malcolm says Gibson will now start preparation for China, working with the renowned pageant coach Grace Fontaine.
We decided to have the pageant earlier this year to give her more time to concentrate on her beauty with a purpose and to prepare for the pageant. So we do get Grace her 7th title and the Bahamas is first.
Congratulations to the Queen and all the contestants who all carried themselves like royals. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Well, stay tuned. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, your news leader. We'll be back right after this break.
Life is filled with choices. Every choice we make has a consequence. Whether big or small, financial choices have more lasting consequences than most. When we make sound financial choices, we improve our relationship with money and set ourselves up for financial success. Visit GetMoneySmartBahamas.com and learn how to get money smart today.
60% of women are wearing the wrong size pad and can experience leaks. Discover Always MyFit. Find the number that's right for your flow and panty size on the top of any Always pack. The better the fit, the better it protects. Always.
Women everywhere count on Always. And now when you buy any 2 packs of Always pads, you can enter to win a $1,500 travel gift card or $500 cash. Buy Always pads and enter to win.
A flat screen or a fishing excursion, a gas grill or a GoPro. Win these great gifts for your dad. Just buy Gillette razors and shave products and enter at Pritchard's for your chance to win.
The performance speaks for itself. Pennzoil Synthetics, made from natural gas. Make the switch.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day.
BTC has always been your business solution partner. And on tonight's Connection, we demonstrate how our long-standing partnership with another industry giant, Avaya, is helping to enhance business for our customers.
Avaya is a unified communications and contact center organization. We're number 1 or 2 in the world in all of these spaces, so we're really here to help customers solve their business challenges and help them communicate more efficiently both internally and externally out there. Yeah, we're really excited. We're going to be talking about transforming your business into experiences and how you can take technology to take your business to the next level, because the world's really evolving and customers are looking for new and unique ways to communicate. Those that are already in the workplace, we're trying to figure out how to take these apps and these cell phones and these tablets and integrate them in our day-to-day. So we're going to talk about how we can leverage different technologies to make your business that much better in communicating.
Avaya has been a great partner over the years in providing solutions, business solutions to our customers. And what they've done is they've reinvented themselves.
Avaya has been an excellent partner. They have an excellent product line. So we are always fully engaged with them to make sure that we're bringing, that BTC brings the latest technology.
BTC Business is proud and excited to offer this new solution for its business customers. It's called My Office Solution, and call one of our experts today at 302-7700. I'm Corval Pfeiffer, and we'll see you next BTC Connection.
Every island and every key. Keep in touch with everybody. It's BTC every day.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Well, it's time for your first check of weather. We talk now with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. We're going to chat a little bit about the hurricane season, which we technically shouldn't be talking about yet, Basil, but Alberto is out there.
Absolutely. The season really doesn't officially start until Friday the 1st, but we already have our first subtropical system, that's Alberto, which formed in the Caribbean Sea. It's now in the Gulf of Mexico, about to make landfall near the Florida Panhandle, and that should happen within a matter of hours. But once it moves inland, we expect steady weakening of that system. Right now, at least at 4 o'clock this afternoon, the center was located at 30.3 degrees north, longitude 85.9 west. It's moving toward the north at 9 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds have been reduced to 45 miles per hour. And we still continue to have some of those feeder bands affecting the western part of the Bahamas, but that will be lifting towards the north, so we can look for some clearing over the next several days. But right now, we're going to take a look at temperatures around the Family of Islands, and they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 81 degrees in Freeport, Green, Tulkey, and Marsh Harbor, Abaco. Here in the capital, 81 as well. Harbor Island, Eleuthera, 80, 81 in Rock Sound, Eleuthera, also Stanley Key in Exuma Chain, Kemp's Bay, St. Andrews, and Fresh Creek in Central Andrews, all at 81. More 81s in Artistown, Cat Island, San Salvador, Rum Key, and Georgetown, Exuma, 80 in Betsy Bay, Mayaguana, Crooked Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, Ragged Island, 81, 80 in Acklands, Matthewtown, Inagua, 82 degrees, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 80 degrees. Your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tile King, and the Paint Center. In the Northwest and Central Islands, caution flags up, winds out of the southeast, 15 to 20 knots, wave heights 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. High tide took place at 7:11 this evening. For the southeast Bahamas, advisories are up. Winds also out of the southeast at 15 to 25 knots. Very rough sea conditions at 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. And then tomorrow in the northwest and central Bahamas, no change. The winds stay out of the southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Wave heights once again at 4 to 7 feet. High tide 7:26 in the morning, low tide at 1:30 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas, the advisories continues. Steady southeasterly flow at 15 to 20 knots with 5 to 8 foot seas. And then as we take you into Wednesday, the winds are starting to come down just a bit, remaining southeast at 12 to 18 knots. The wave heights will subside 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. High tide, that takes place at 8:07 in the morning, low tide at 2:09 in the afternoon. For the southeast Bahamas on Wednesday, caution flags instead of that advisory, so the winds are also decreasing over the southeast Bahamas. Wave heights 4 to 7 feet. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It is time now for your travel forecast. And your travel forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. All-Star Assurance, but stay tuned. Your extended weather forecast is coming up in about 10 minutes.
Welcome to Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Talking to your child about sex doesn't have to be difficult or embarrassing. Have the conversation early and often. Your home will become a safe and comfortable environment for your child to ask questions. Your child needs to hear accurate information about sex from you. This includes the basics: vaginal, oral, and anal sex, birth control, sexual assault, sexual molestation, and your family's moral beliefs. Your child needs to know that he or she can talk with you about sex. They can talk with you about their changing bodies, their feelings, their concerns, and their confusion. You don't have to know all of the answers to their questions. However, you should be willing to help them find those answers. Help them do the research. When you don't know the answers, you want to be approachable. You want them to feel comfortable talking with you about sex. Don't wait until your child asks you about sex before you find the right words. Plan ahead at every age and stage. Be prepared to discuss all kinds of sexual activity as well as same-sex relationships. This has been Tips for Wellness. I'm Dr. Indira Grimes. Live your best life by living well.
AID features Napa Auto Parts which meet or exceed OE specifications. Parts for Asian vehicles are available at great prices. Filters from $2, brakes from $22, tie rod ends from $21, head gaskets from $10, and fuel pumps from $32. AID is also your destination for the best selection of automotive accessories. Hubcap sets from $22.45, steering wheel covers from $4.50. Car mat sets from $8.45 and seat covers from $34.44. Wipers, wash and wax products, motor oils, and automotive chemicals for every vehicle. Angle grinders from $44.53, pressure washers from $162. For the month of May, Napa chassis, steering, and suspension parts are 15% off at all AID locations. AID is now open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. AID, Blue Hill Road and Wolf Road have all you really need and more.
Move forward, Bahamas, and build high into the sky. Move upward and colorize those new walls. Move onward and build a garden to last a lifetime. Move together and settle into that new home. There's a lot of places you can do it for yourself, but there's one place to do it right. Builders Mall. We know exactly what motto you live by, and even the pros know building is just a part of what we do. So move forward, Bahamas. And remember, you can find it all at Builders Mall.
There are stamps for mailing, even rubber and ink stamps, but there's only one stamp that saves you money, and you only get them at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Chef Boyardee spaghetti and meatballs 15-ounce can, $1.09. Whole chicken wings, $1.59 per pound. Rainbow corned beef 12-ounce can, $1.89. Libby whole kernel corn or sliced beets 15-ounce size, 99 cents. Sweet peaches, $1.99 per pound. Carolina Pride hams 10-ounce size, $2.99. Quality stamps only at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Rugs, carpet tiles, ceramic tiles, floor mats, even vinyl flooring. Find them all at Wright's Carpet Masters located on Bernard Road. Let them cater to your home or your office needs, and you can choose from a variety of carpets, floor mats, cashmere, oriental rugs, and area rugs. And if you can't come to us, we will bring the business to you, offering free estimates and deliveries to the Family Islands. Wright Carpet Masters will get it right for you. Located on Bernard Road, telephone number 364-1260.
Battery and Tire Specialists, now even bigger and better. We carry the largest selection of quality name brand tires, batteries, and lubricants for automotive, marine, and heavy-duty equipment. With long-lasting batteries like Duracell, AC Delco, Premium Power, and Decker. We also retail and wholesale large selection of Valvoline motor oil. Come on in and visit Battery and Tire Specialists and the new 5-Bay Wheel Alignment Center at the junction of 7 Terrace and East Avenue, Centerville. Or call us at 242-328-0486. Battery and Tire Specialists. We keep you moving.
The Home Gallery, formerly the Sleep Gallery. We're still the home of Tempur-Pedic, Sealy Posturepedic, Serta Perfect Sleeper Mattress, and so much more. We now carry an exquisite selection of fine linens, comforter, duvets, bath towels, rugs, and a wide assortment of home accessories. Everything you need to beautify your bed, bath, and home. You have to see it to believe it. The Home Gallery, open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Cable Beach Shopping Plaza, Westridge.
Also now open at Harbor Bay.
Free, reliable, anytime, anywhere, and instant. That's the benefits of using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Pay bills, check account balances, transfer funds, and more. Enjoy the freedom of banking on your own terms. Why wait in line? Save time. Do your banking using RBC's digital banking, ATM services, or mobile app. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean to find out more.
Life happens, and when it does, FG Insurance Agents and Brokers is here. We help you protect the assets you've worked hard to attain. We offer home, auto, marine, commercial, and liability insurance. Don't hesitate to protect what matters with FG Insurance Agents and Brokers. Visit us and speak to your agent today, or call us at 396-1490 in Nassau or 688-1500 in Freeport.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean, banking that fits your life.
Brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Monday. The Bahamas off to a fast start at the Davis Cup tie that is being played in Costa Rica. Philip Major Jr. won his match with Ken Tarusco, 6-4 and 6-2. Playing in the number one spot for Team Bahamas is Baker Newman, who won to a tune of 6-2 and 6-1 against James Bendick. The team of Marvin Roll and Jody Turnquest fell to Alejandro Obando and Bendick in doubles play, 6-2 and 6-2.
Just got confidence in my game. I know I've been working hard for this moment, for my country. I'm going to always put my 120% every time. And me and Marvin, we trusted in our game. He's also my coach, so we gelled extremely well on the tennis court by my side, and no problem with expressing how I felt, taking notes, and keep pushing forward. Honduras is definitely a tough team. They are very good. So we just got to keep pushing and trust in ourselves and believe in ourselves.
The Backyard Rumble was truly a thriller for boxing fans on the weekend. Here's Charles Fisher with the report.
Sherman the Tank Williams giving Grand Bahama fans a special treat on Saturday, wasting little time and scoring a third-round TKO of Colombian Efiano Mendoza.
I put a jabber, then every time I put a jabber, they would go back. So I let him come in with his jab and just try to go over the top. And once I feinted him, he fainted, I went over the top, and I know I had him.
On the undercard, New Providence-based Tyrone Oliver won his pro debut with a second-round TKO over Grand Bahamian Justin Sawyer.
Midway through the first round, I know he wasn't in condition for the fight just by my movement. And I know he couldn't keep it with me because I'm fast on my feet. I'm a lot better fighter than him, but I give my respect to him for being a tough competitor.
Up-and-coming Bahamian heavyweight Amron Sands, who now resides in Orlando, Florida, had a tough time with Big Daddy Jerry Butler before pulling off the decision.
It was good. It was a real select match for real. It's very entertaining. Whoever miss it, they diss it. It was a very good show. We put on a good performance here tonight. We wanted to stick to the game plan, knowing he was more experienced than us, so that's what we did tonight, and we came up with the W.
Anthony Psycho Woods from New Providence was disqualified for holding too much on Haitian-American Jonathan Pierre.
Honestly, I wanted to go all the way. I wanted to knock out, but, things don't go as planned. But at the end of the day, man, I'm 3-0 and I'm still the champion.
American Chris Vendolo won after Cuba's Yanez Valdez could not continue after injuring his hand.
I wanted to go a couple more rounds and catch him with that conch punch that I learned the last couple of days while I was here in lovely Bahamas, but I caught him a couple good times. Next time I'll get in a little bit better shape.
Great night of boxing in Grand Bahama after more than a 20-year hiatus. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thank you so much, Fisher. Calvin Green, Secretary in the Bahamas Boxing Commission, said boxing will punch its way back up and become popular again in the Bahamas. He said the Backyard Rumble was just the beginning.
Tonight was a wonderful expression of that. I think everybody had a good time. And it was good to see this is just the beginning of the revival of boxing in our country.
The annual Special Olympics Bahamas track and field meet was held on Saturday at the Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. More than 100 athletes from 5 islands, including New Providence, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, Abaco, and for the first time, Exuma, participated in the meet.
Our usual showers of blessings that happens at all of our Special Olympics Bahamas events. But as you can see, the athletes are excited, the fans are excited, and the day has been going fantastic.
Is it hard bringing all the islands together?
It's expensive bringing all of the islands together, and this is where our volunteers and for donations come in. But, once it's organized, we've been doing it for a long time, and so we pretty much have it on the track, and getting them together is always fun, is always exciting.
Eleuthera was one of the biggest teams represented at the annual Special Olympics Bahamas track and field meet. Here's head coach Toonie Crean.
The school only has 12 students, so we brought 3/4 of the school basically. And we always really enjoy this. It was a great atmosphere. The kids try hard. Success is measured in sometimes not just in medals, but the way they socialize and the way they enjoy themselves and the way they act. So we always come. I think it's our 4th or 5th year, and we're enjoying it. Kids are having a great time. They're running. They've won a few medals, so all's good.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Looking to upgrade your refrigerator stove or purchase an affordable home generator? We've got the perfect solution for you. Bahamas Welding and Fire is the best choice for the lowest prices in town. We carry top-of-the-line outdoor barbecue grills, air conditioners, refrigerators, stoves, generators, industrial hardware, and garden supplies with a wide assortment of tools and accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. Telephone 394-0004. BWF, we're more than just our name.
This is Get Me Ride. With our app, you easily sign up to ride and ride whenever you want. All of our drivers are certified taxi drivers. Add funds to your wallet and rate your drivers. Want to be a driver? Download Get Me Ride, the #1 transportation and taxi provider. Visit getmeride.org.
No matter what your goals are in life, you have to start somewhere. It all begins with Leno. Leno, bridging possibilities. Call us at 396-3225 or email info@lenobahamas.com.
Yeah, child, I can ride this right on this rim. Y'all guess what? What? I ain't got no spare. Let me just get a jump from the hacker. Nah, this flat. Guess what? If you back around the corner of Wolf Road, there's a tire too. I go in there right now. No one looking nosy, Shirley. Get a shut up in my head in the back there. Stop making nerves. Hey, sweet boy, give me one of them tires. And while you at it, check this flat.
Epic Wolf Road now has tires too. Why not replace your tires on the weekend? Wolf Road is open 7 days a week, including holidays. Visit us today.
Line Electronics is your one-stop shop for all your electronic needs. From the latest in cell phones and accessories like the iPhone 6s Plus to the Samsung S6 Edge, the latest in game consoles, games, and accessories. We also carry the best hoverboards, stereo sound systems, and much more. We also have certified technicians to fix all your electronic needs. Located in the Coconut Grove Plaza and the Mall at Marathon. What are you waiting for? Come on down to CTI Cellular and Electronics today.
Introducing the Subway Simple 6 menu. 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals for just $7.50 every day. Take your pick from our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. Pile them high with all of your favorite veggies, made just the way you say, with a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips. The new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. Yeah, you so got it made. Subway, eat fresh.
Life is better with Rubis Rewards. Just fuel up and swipe for your chance to win free fuel, cash back in our stores, restaurant and store discounts from our partners, plus prizes and surprises. It doesn't get better than this. Your Rubis Reward tag is free at every Rubis service station in New Providence. Get yours today. Rubis, it's just better.
We'll be with you through new beginnings and sunset endings, through toil and many tears, through the joys and many fears. For all of life's ever-changing moments, trust J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers for all of your insurance needs. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers, giving you peace of mind.
Clean clothes for the family, uniforms for the baby, suit for mommy and daddy. We want you to practice to clean the super. If you wanna look fly and you wanna look clean, if you wanna look fresh, better than all the rest. Bring all your church clothes and all your work clothes. Bring all your children clothes. Super wash.
Buy Pampers and you can pin it to win it. Guess how many diaper pins are on display at Pritchard's? You could win up to $2,000 for the closest guess. Buy Pampers and pin it to win it today.
Bounty and Charmin will have you winning and grinning.
Yes!
Buy these products and enter to win these prizes.
Nice!
Win and grin with Bounty and Charmin today.
Imagine you have Hollywood at your command. Introducing Flow Evil.
Red cheese, gold rings, all black, everything creeping through the night.
Anywhere you are,
Big girls don't scream hard like Halloween, make me feel alive.
there's a world of entertainment here, and you run the show. Flow Evil.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather, we're going to start off with our satellite picture. You can see still a lot of activity taking place over central and western Cuba, and that's trailing that subtropical storm, which is now about to make landfall near the Florida Panhandle. At 4 o'clock this afternoon, the center was located at 30.3 degrees north, longitude 85.9 west. It's moving northward at about 9 miles per hour, and that maximum sustained winds have fallen off to 45 miles per hour. But as it continues to push inland, we expect a steady weakening of this system, but flooding could still be a major factor as rainfall totals anywhere between 4 and 8 inches are likely over the next several hours, taking us into the morning hours, and storm surge, not too much a major factor, but we're looking at about 1 to 3 foot storm surge taking place as that core moves inland. The forecast track is going to take it into the Alabama area tonight, and then over the Tennessee Valley by tomorrow, and then moving into the Ohio Valley on Wednesday and late Thursday. The forecast for tonight calls for rather cloudy conditions, somewhat on the humid side, with your low temperature getting down to 76 degrees. Tomorrow, periods of clouds and sun. We'll finally see some sunshine with a moderate breeze in place, high temperature of 84 degrees. Extended weather forecast over the next 7 days with lots of sunshine working its way back into the forecast after a long stretch of gray, cloudy skies and torrential rains, which rendered flooding in some parts of the low-lying areas of the northwest and central Bahamas. So there you have it. Some relief is on the way.
That's a beautiful picture. Yep. Thanks, Basil. That does it for us in the Bahamas tonight. On behalf of all of us, thanks so much for looking in. Have a good night.
You're watching the ZNS Network. The